Greetings of the autumnal equinox, and welcome to Sunday school. It is the autumnal equinox, and it is also the pagan holiday, if you want to say pagan holiday, Mabon or Mabon, however you want to pronounce it. So Constance and I are actually going to a wonderful magical equinox ceremony tonight right here in Sacramento. It's a potluck, so Constance is whipping up a huge pot of autumnal lentil goodies. Anyway, we're looking forward to it. Yeah, you know, Mabon is a very, very. I'm not sure what the source of the word Mabon is. I'm sure that many of you out there could probably set me straight. But you know, from a purely cabalistic point of view, it's really quite a heavy word, especially for a word that would associate itself with the equinox and balance and the importance of balance. I'm going to read something from Crowley here in a second. But MA, okay, is in so many languages, okay, is the mother, okay. And then AB in so many languages is the father. So just in the word mob, you've got father and mother that is sharing the A, the aleph, the fool, if you will. In tarot, it's a 0. Okay. And then BN in so many languages, especially Hebrew, means the son. Not the son, but the family son. So, and you got an O in there too, if you're sticking that vowel sound into it, and which could be the devil, and it could be the Hierophant, okay? But you got you got mother, father, son in Mabon or Mabon, okay? Interesting word, okay? And now that I bring up that aleph in reference to this time of year and the balance of the represented by the equinoxes, okay. What was I going to show you here? I was going to show you something. Oh, that was just so clever of me. Let's see what. Yeah, here it is. Now, the thing I was going to read from Crowley. Let me just see here. Hang on. Oh boy. For the adjustment card. Okay, the sun just went into Libra. Okay, we're at 0 degrees Libra. Okay. And that's the Justese card. Okay. This card in the old pack was called Justese. This word has none but a purely human and therefore relative sense, what we think of justice. Many times I want justice, which really means you want revenge. Okay, that's not quite justice. Okay, that's kind of a misuse of that thing. But I digress. This word has none but a purely human and therefore relative sense, so it is not to be considered as one of the facts of nature. Nature is not just, according to any theological or ethical idea, but nature is exact. This card represents the sign of Libra, ruled by Venus in it, and in it Saturn is exalted. Okay, that's the equilibrium of all things is hereby symbolized. It is the final adjustment in the formula of the Tetragrammaton. Okay, Yod He Vav He, King, Queen, Prince, Princess. Princess gets kissed by Prince, awakens, joins him, becomes pregnant, a mother. She becomes a mother, making him the father. Okay. The equilibrium of all things, okay, it is the final adjustment in the formula of the Tetragrammaton, where it all starts over again, okay? When the daughter, redeemed by her marriage with the son, is thereby set upon the throne of the mother. Thus, finally, she awakens the eld of the All-Father. So it's in the cosmic incestuousness of Tetragrammaton. The father joins with the mother to give birth to the son and daughter. The son and daughter join to make her the mother, which awakens the original sacred horniness of the All-Father. Sacred horniness, that's a direct quote from Hermes Trismegistus. Okay. In the greatest symbolism of all, however, the symbolism beyond all planetary and zodiacal considerations, this card is the feminine counterpart of the Fool. It's the Fool's girlfriend. More than that, it's the feminine counterpart of the Fool. For the letters A, or Aleph, and Lamed constitute the secret key of the Book of the Law. Liber Al. Vel Leges, the Book of the Law. Okay? And this is the basis of a complete cabalistic system of greater depth and sublimity than any other. So we can talk all about the elemental attributes of the tarot and of the Kabbalah, and we can talk about all the planetary, and we can talk about all the zodiacal, and we can talk about even all the alchemical aspects of the tarot. But the system, the fundamental, the transcendent system represented by these two things is much bigger stuff. Al. Al means God. That's the root of the word God. And La, spelled the other way, means not. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Okay. La, Allah is quite a word. Okay. If you want to make up a good word for a supreme totality of a deity, that's a pretty damn good one, okay? And then he teases us here, Crowley teases us. The details of this system have not yet been revealed. It has been thought right, nevertheless, to hint at its existence by equating the designs of these two cards. Okay. Now, you could sort of put one on top of the other, and can see a certain amount. His legs are all spread apart there and going out, and she's coming right down. See, right down. Well, I can't. Right down through the center. Okay. Now, well, let me go on because uh, not only therefore because Libra is a sign of Venus, but because she is the partner of the Fool, this goddess is represented as dancing. Well, she's on toe. Okay, we can say that. Okay, and the Fool is not exactly dancing, but this is what Crowley is saying here. Is the goddess represented as dancing with a suggestion of a harlequin? Okay, now, sort of a harlequin, masked, okay, but actually a harlequin often sort of the character, the court jester is a harlequin character, and usually their clothes are countercharged. They got big checks or even polka dots that are countercharged. Okay. Well, let me go on with what the figure is that of a young and slender woman poised exactly on tiptoe. She is crowned with an ostrich plume of Maat, the Egyptian goddess of justice. And on her forehead is the Uraeus serpent. I can't actually see that. Now, very often Crowley is describing a design for a card that Harris didn't end up executing. So, Lord of Life and Death. She is masked, and her expression shows a secret, intimate satisfaction in her domination of every element of disequilibrium in the universe. That's why she's the woman satisfied. This condition symbolized by the magic sword which he holds in both hands, and the balances in which she weighs the universe. Aleph, or excuse me, Alpha. There's Alpha there, and Omega there. The exactly against Omega the last. These are the Judex. It's quite a word there. Judex. Jude as in adjudicate. Justice. A judge. Okay. But it then says the testes. Yes, testes of the final judgment. The testes in particular are symbolic of the secret course of judgment, whereby all current experience is absorbed, transmitted, and ultimately passed on by virtue of the operation of the sword to further manifestation. This takes place, all of this is taking place. Well, first of all, there is in everything from geomancy to Christian mysticism, there's this idea of a judge and two witnesses. Judge and two witnesses. And that's always been associated. I don't know if that goes back to Hammurabi or what, but it's hardwired in the system of justice. Okay. All this takes place within a diamond. You sort of see a diamond form there. Let's see. By the figure, which a diamond is a figure which is concealed the vesica piscis, or the fish bladder thing, like a laminin size, through which this sublimated and adjusted experience passes to its next manifestation. Okay, and well, I'll say more. Now, when Constance and I were working on the Tarot of Ceremonial Magic, we did two cards. Well, maybe I have them here. We did two cards that were dancers. We had two ballet-related cards. The Fool, Aleph. Notice the countercharge. He's a kind of a harlequin himself. And the Justice card. Both ballet characters. She is on tiptoe. She doesn't hold the sword, but she's projected against the sword, and she's holding the scales in her hand. Now I got a picture. I posted it, I think, a while back, of Constance at the Huntington Gardens in the arcade of statues, and it's all green and everything. And she can stand on one foot and hold the other foot with her back. It's a yoga kind of thing. The ibis. Okay. And she's got her hat, which has a chin cord to it, looking like a balance. And people at the gardens are going, "What's that old lady doing?" You know. Anyway, now superimposed one upon the other, which, like Crowley is suggesting, they're actually in. She's in that lamen. See and all the countercharged things of the checkerboard outfit there. And they sort of go together. Now, I think I've actually animated. A good friend on Facebook did this part for us. And in my presentation for class, I've got them spinning around, so you can sort of see what's going on there. The balance thing is really an important thing, and it means more than just temporary balancing. Crowley calls the card adjustment, because that more accurately reflects the dynamics of this justice. And like I say, this transcends planetary attributes. All of those are fine and good. But this is weighing actually the dynamics of what's holding existence together. Okay? And it has to take place within time. Time is needed for adjustment. And time associated with Saturn. Saturn, of course, is exalted. Okay. I'm going to show you something. The 22 trumps of the Hebrew alphabet. There's all sorts of ways you can organize them. You can organize them into the three mothers and the seven doubles and the 12 simple letters. For the primitive elements and the planetary spheres and the zodiac signs or houses. That's fine and good too. But ever since the Golden Dawn sort of supposedly let the cat out of the bag and said the key numbers of the cards actually go from 0 to 21 rather than from 1 to 22, as if there's some kind of special idea of, 1 to 22 is really, really fine, but everything jumps out of nothing. So we start with 0. A mathematician would start at 0. So even though the Fool card, being the first card in the series, and the Fool card is attributed to the Hebrew letter Aleph, which means one, is one, okay? Still, its key number is 0. Now, if we would lay out all 22 tarot trumps, but do it in a way where you've got 0 right there at the top there as the Fool, and then 1 through 21 laid out right under it, right under the 0 as the fulcrum of a scale is the 11th letter in order of the Hebrew alphabet. Okay, and we can say, well, do we do it 8 or 11 or something in the key numbers? Let's just talk about the order of the Hebrew alphabet. That's the Justese card right there. The Justese card has something in common with the Fool card, and it has something going for it that is transcendently balanced out of the sequence of duality that's swinging back and forth and back and forth. 10 tarot cards here and 10 tarot cards here, but all on that stationary point. It's like the teeter-totter equivalent of the hub of the wheel. Okay, it's stationary. But should your revolution stop, you would inevitably drop headlong into the central soul. Allah, Allah, Allah. But I digress. Let's see. One must go more deeply into philosophy. The trump represents the woman satisfied. Equilibrium stands apart from any individual prejudices. Therefore, the title in France should rather be Justese. In this sense, nature is scrupulously just. It's impossible to drop a pin without exciting a corresponding reaction in every star. The action has disturbed the balance of the universe. This woman goddess is Harlequin. She is the partner and fulfillment of the Fool. She is the ultimate illusion, which is manifestation. She is the dance, many-colored, many-wild of life itself, constantly whirling. All possibilities are enjoyed under the phantom show of space and time. All things are real. The soul is the surface, precisely because they are instantly compensated by this adjustment. All things are in harmony and beauty. All things are truth, because they all cancel out. She's the goddess, Mott. Okay. Well, it just so happens that, and we didn't plan this, we don't plan anything. Our Monday Night Magic class tomorrow is justice. So I've been thinking a lot about justice. Constance and I are every afternoon, after afternoon coffee, we sit down with the Book of Thoth because that's what we're working on for class. And we've been talking a lot about this. So if I'm babbling on here, it's because my brain has been full of the Justice card. Getting back to the 10-degree period that we're just in right now, 0 degrees, Libra, September 23rd. It's one of my favorite cards, Peace. Moon in Libra. I think the moon's actually in Gemini at the moment. But the card is Luna in Libra. And the first 5 degrees, the period we're right in right now, is the Angel of the Shemhamferish. I think that would be pronounced something like Yaezel. Yaezel. And if you'll give me a moment, I'll see sort of what the name of that angel means. Let's see here. Rejoicing all over. Well, rejoicing overall. Okay. That's the first 5 degrees. But both of the Goetic spirits, okay, the Salos there, this one right here, represents the night spirit of this 10 degrees, and or the day, and Orobos, my old pal Orobos, is the night Goetic spirit of this 10-degree period. And both of them are perfectly delightful demons. Okay. Anyway, that's that for today. I'm going to close with a set of 22 poems that I wrote to accompany tarot cards for an oracular drawing. And I did it for the new millennium. And now I do it for the new year. And the cards are illustrated by Brianna Siri, who I hope is watching because she is a marvelous artist. Isn't that just darling? Okay. There's her Justice card. They all look like little almost extraterrestrials there. Goddess Justice sits with poise and wields the scale and sword. Avoid extremes, don't rock the boat. Balance is its own reward. Equilibrium's the catalyst. Justice's decree is clear. At gravity's point, you'll be transformed to greet the coming year. Happy Mabon, everyone. And we'll see you tomorrow for the titular order of Monday morning. Until then, go out and light some bonfires safely. Light a bunch of candles. Eat a bunch of fruit. And be good to yourself. Be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will.